NFL season.
Twitter?
Our Week 6 NFL reactions.
Live with Dimers on Twitter?
Powered by Dimers, and as Manny Ruffin has just mentioned,
we're back.
We are back on Twitter. We had some complications, but we are back live to close out your weekend and to close out your Sunday night.
Who would have thought all we had to do was just let it get it a little tighter?
Figure out a little camera edition there. But thank you for closing your weekend out with us. Check out Twin Spires. We are week 6, so we are 6 weeks in. So no longer will I be saying for the first 6 weeks of the NFL season. But Twin Spires, www.dimers.com/ADED. Head over to the landing page.
Link.
Twin Spires. You got plenty of other offers on there as well. Risk-free bet up to $1,000 if you want to sign up to Twin Spires. We got plenty others on there if you want to go check that out. I'm not going to leak any information on that, so you can go do your own research there and click the link and sign up to those books. But without further ado, we are here in Week 6. We just concluded a wild Sunday night game. The Steelers hosted the Seattle Seahawks, and with a Russell Wilson-less Seahawks team, the Steelers win in overtime fashion, 23-20. I thought this was a very, very boring game, but I will let you tell me and tell the lovely people why this was an exciting and sweaty game for you. Go ahead, sir.
This was like the most exciting football game of the season so far through 3 weeks. I mean, I personally bet on one game parlay. I had Freiermuth 5+ yards. I had Najee Harris 65+ yards, and I had DK Metcalf for 4+ receptions, plus 133 on MGM. And I was sweating my ass off for 47 to 50 minutes thinking Najee wasn't going to get a 65. I mean, he was just wearing them down. I don't know if he was wearing them down or they were wearing him down the first 3 quarters.
Yes, sir.
But in the fourth quarter late, he started getting some carries and got the cash there. I mean, this was a good ball game. It was boring, but kind of a theme of these primetime games lately. It's been like kind of boring, but actually good football games. And this one didn't disappoint in a way. Geno Smith came up and he was making plays. I mean, fucking Alex Collins. If you bet Alex Collins for 100 and a touchdown, dude, good for you, man. Feel bad for Geno there getting the strip at the end. TJ Watt was making some real big plays. I mean, he finally gets his punch.
Can we just say for one moment, you're going to get mad, Ben Roethlisberger sucks.
Oh my God!
Sucks.
I was trying to get
Guys,
far away.
sucks.
I was trying to get far away from Ben. I was trying to mention everything but Ben because this guy was just shitting on him the whole game. Ben is playing bad now, but you saw today, he looked way more comfortable than he did the first 5 weeks. He's moving around more. The ball's coming out better. Yes, he's missing some throws. And yes,
bro.
I know you needed Claypool to get those yards. And yes, they weren't connecting the right way, but he didn't look bad. I mean, him and Deontay Johnson, they didn't have a problem connecting there.
Benny Two Pumps is what I'm going to call him.
Benny Two Pumps.
Literally, bro. That's what he did.
I mean, in real life and on the football field, huh?
No, and it's one of these bang bang, and then we just get a fumble.
That one went over your
Steelers win this one. Yeah, it did. I'm getting it now. Steelers win this one at 23-20. We'll head to our morning Sunday football. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I do want to say this though. So for London to get 2 back-to-back weeks, I told you this already. Back-to-back weeks of 4 shitty teams. I'm sorry.
I
Jets, Falcons, and then Jaguars, Dolphins. Jags win this one 23-20, but on a late field goal, giving Urban Meyer, and Trevor Lawrence. Clap it up for the fellas, okay? Clap it up for the fellas. Their first win as an NFL duo, okay? We can say that. 23-20 Jags, but come on, London. Really? Can we get a better game?
I'm going to let you have that London argument just for the sole fact that you got to understand they're playing at fucking 9:30. Okay. I mean, honestly, do you want your Packers-Bears game flexed to 9:30 a.m.? Do you want your Cowboys-Patriots game flexed to 9:30 a.m.? No, you don't want that.
Right. It doesn't have to be
I agree. Okay, give me like one of those throwaway 4 o'clock games. Like maybe give the Arizona game. Maybe give the Denver game. I understand. They might need better games because historically those games have been pretty bad. But listen, this game didn't, like I said, could have been classified as boring, but down the stretch didn't disappoint. We got a double hook. I don't know if you want to call that a slice and a hook and a slice in there for the game time field goal. But I don't know what that was. But hey, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he's a good football player. Hey. We knew this, and we were talking about it through the first couple of weeks when he was throwing those picks. And I was like, hey, I mean, Peyton Manning did the same thing. You were saying, I mean, we know this guy's a football player, and he came out here and he was throwing the ball around.
To his return as well.
I was getting to that. Tua didn't look. I remember, what game was it? Was it the first game that Tua missed, and we were like, "Hey, just Jacoby Brissett, man, they might go that direction."
Yeah, it's on him.
He comes out today and tells everyone to shut the fuck up. I mean,
right?
And don't get me started on Jalen Waddle. Big day from the boy. pretty sure El Capitan had him 8-0 day for the man Cap. Hey, give him one of these. Give him one of these.
Hey, 10 catches for Jalen Waddle and 2 touchdowns to add with that, and to make a London game just a little bit less turning down the hype, because it really was a stupid game, and I just had to make note of that. Okay.
Good for the Spurs out there. It was in their stadium today, got them some revenue. Good for the Spurs out there.
Good for them. All right, so we'll head to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. The Packers visiting a division rival in Chicago against the Bears, and the Packers win this one 24-14. Aaron Rodgers, what did he say? I still own you, baby. Hey. I own you. 24-14. Packers, let's go.
Aaron Rodgers he's just the man, bro. And
he is.
He plays his guitar. He hops on a fucking podcast every Tuesday, and he comes out every Sunday and just plays incredible football. Owns the Chicago Bears. I'm pretty sure, what was it, 57 touchdowns in 27 games for Aaron Rodgers versus the Bears, and he only lost them, was it 5 times? 57
touchdowns, 12 interceptions in 27 games against the Bears.
I mean, just a dog.
22-5 against the Bears.
This is becoming a typical Packers game. Like, is it versus like a team that's could be a lesser opponent? They kind of come out a little slow. The other team kind of gets out to a good start, good plan. You're like, oh, okay, the Packers might be in trouble. Aaron Rodgers might even get sacked a couple times, might throw a couple passes. Devontae Adams could be a little quiet through a quarter or two, and then they just boom, boom, boom. Here we go. We're the Packers. This is what we do. You see, even on a 2-point conversion, they ran a play that I thought it was nice. It was like a read option shovel pass, and if the end crashed on Lazard, he would have kept or gave it to Aaron Jones, but the end came for Rodgers, so he's like, let it go, and gave it to Lazard on the 2-point. That was sick. I mean, it's the Packers. They do what they do. Honestly, one thing that was surprising for me, the Bears aren't that bad, dude. The Bears are not that bad. Early on.
Oh, and that's going to be the story.
You kind of rolled your eyes.
Yeah, because that's going to be the story.
But, I mean,
the Bears stuck with the Packers, yada, yada.
Even if you look at their scorelines of the first 6 weeks, I mean, they're not getting torched. I mean, it's not like convincing. It's not like, oh, they're a great team and Justin Fields doesn't look amazing. But, I mean, they're in these games. Obviously, they have something to build on because people were all over getting Nagy out of here and all this. And, I mean, it's not looking horrible. I mean, it's still Bill Lazor calling his plays for him, but they're not horrible. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and the Packers win this one by 10, and Aaron Rodgers, we just put
I still own you.
And he still does, right? 22 and 5, and there's 27 games against the Bears. Okay, over to Burrow and the boys, the Bengals in Detroit. To hope that the Lions could get their first win of the season, and they do not. The Bengals rout the Lions 34-11, backed by Burrow's 3 touchdowns. Big win for the Bengals.
I mean, I'm just like, as a bettor, I'm thinking this is a great spot. We're getting the Lions as dogs. Dan Campbell was just literally crying in the post-game press the week before. Yeah. Practice was probably had so much energy. They're ready to get this game out. And Joe Burrow and the boys come out and remind us why Joe Burrow is not a bust. Going back to that hot take.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, we gave you your apologies for a reason, as you've seen today. And I mean, one of those things for the Bengals that they have going for them that I feel like not people are talking about is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, I mean, you see there's a couple games this season where he's gotten his 20 carries, his 21 carries, his 22 carries. Today it was 18, but still good production, averaging 5 yards a carry. He's been doing his thing all year for them. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's had, I would say, maybe 1 or 2 games where he's been like, it's all right. But besides that, it's great production for Joe Mixon. Let's show him some more love. Jared Goff, I mean, the Rams won the trade. Would you say? I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, dude. The Rams won the trade.
Just not good football today.
And there was a moment in this game where it was 20-0 Bengals. So it's just, I don't know. Do you feel worse for the Lions or do you feel worse for the Jaguars? Obviously, the Jaguars
feel bad for Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell was literally crying on the podium after games. I feel bad for
I feel bad, and their only points come in the fourth quarter when it was meaningless, right? All right, so over to Carson Wentz in Indianapolis. The Texans visit the Colts, and another rout. Colts win this one 31-3.
I mean, I'm even tempted to even hand this one back to you, just because what I have on this game isn't too much about the game. Okay.
Can we talk about one player?
I'm scrolling through Twitter today, and Eagles fans, you guys have been doing this through the first 5 weeks. Carson Wentz throws a good ball, he throws a touchdown, puts up a good stat line. We throw it up like it's Jalen Hurts, and trust me, I understand. If you heard me talk on this podcast before with Alex, before I actually was a former member, I was a big Carson Wentz guy. I mean,
you stayed true to it.
I had his poster on my door. I mean, I ripped it up on the podcast, if you guys remember back then. But
oh my God, yeah.
I mean, we see why Carson Wentz is who we say he was before the injuries and the mess ups in the front office and with the coach and everything going on. I mean, this is a good football player. I mean, throw 223 yards and 11 completions. I mean, you were throwing that bitch around. T.Y. Hilton, it's good to see you, bud. It's real good to see you, man, making some big plays out there. I mean, the Colts, hopefully they can come back in the second half of the season because, I mean, that first 5 weeks was just a brutal schedule for them. Just bad luck of the jaw. Gets a little bit lighter from this back half, and the Titans don't look like they're going to run away with the AFC South. So, I mean, the Colts can keep building on what they're building on these past couple of weeks. They should have won that game versus the Ravens, heartbreaking loss, but they're not. I mean, they're looking like they're primed for a run, I'll say. Not anything specific.
How about most importantly, though, Jonathan Taylor in another huge week. And this is coming off a week where you had bet him as an anytime touchdown scorer last week, and he comes out 145 yards, 2 touchdowns on granted 14 carries. It's not like we're getting Najee Harris numbers and we're getting 24 carries a game. We're getting 14 carries and turn that into 145 yards.
Imagine you're sitting in that Texan stadium. It's like, all right, well, Carson Wentz has thrown 11 completions, but all over the field. Jonathan Taylor's only got the ball 15 times, and he's just been all over the field for us as well. I mean, this is just a fun, wasted my $150, but
wasted my $150. And now we will head to another route. We'll head to my team. The Rams visit my New York Giants, and they do what everybody thought they were going to do. They win this one 38-11. I actually bet on today. I actually bet on the Giants to be the lowest scoring team, and that held true for a majority of this game as they had 3 points up until late when they got that late touchdown with the 2-point conversion.
Hey, it was good for the boys over here. That was a big 2-point conversion for the over 49 bettors. We get the void.
The over 49, yeah, for the void. But Kadarius Toney goes down. What else can go wrong? What else can go wrong for this team right now? The woes continue. Daniel Jones a career high 4 turnovers in this game. I said it. Is this going to be a factor? Was some head injuries lingering around from last week's hit? Was that part of that? Maybe. I personally would not have started Daniel Jones today. I don't know how the hell you're ready after that, and then you got to have Aaron Donald in your face all day. The Rams just blow this game out of proportion. Cooper Kupp 2 touchdowns. I saw a lot of Cooper Kupp 2 touchdown bets today. It was plus 500 for that. But the story is Matthew Stafford continues his dominance, 250 yards, easy, and 4 touchdowns. And you mentioned who won the trade. There you go.
Who won the trade?
Right there. 5-1 for the Rams. Easy win.
Typical Rams game. They get the production out of the guys. You see they get the production from. They get their first touchdown from Robert Woods. Then here comes Cooper Kupp. Henderson's obviously going to get his chunk plays. I mean, listen, I understand he's a Giants fan. I'm an Eagles fan, so sometimes I feel like we overload on those topics, but it's just hard not to feel terrible for this team. Look at their season. We come into the season with a lot of upside, a lot of potential that's untapped, and we're waiting to see these pieces come together. And they don't look terrible. They're not winning games, but we lose 30-29 versus the football team in a game that we feel like we should have won on a special teams mistake.
Yep.
And my head coach is special. We won't get to that.
Yeah.
Then we lose Saquon, and we thought we lost Danny Jones in the same game. But here comes Kadarius Toney. 10 for 189, throws a punch, shows some fight. Joe Judge loves that. Next week, here comes Kadarius Toney. First drive, 3 catches for 39 yards, and then he's out.
And he's out.
It cuts them walk off the field.
I had him for over 74 and a half.
Who do they wrong? Is this the Odell Beckham curse?
Oh, God.
What curse is this?
I don't know what curse it is, but
Is it the Ben McAdoo curse? I don't know. I don't know.
I had Toney for over 74 and a half in a parlay, and that first drive, you see 36 yards off the board. I mean, dude, there's no way that's not hitting, right? No, right? You can't use the word lock, but there's no way that's not going to hit. And then it just gets torched. And a lot of people had Toney because of what he did last week. Still, a lot of the receivers are down. Obviously, Sterling Shepard was back this week, but it just goes to show the difference in this Giants team without their top guys. It's just not fun to watch.
Yeah, it's just a lot of pain all over the place.
That's why I was confident with that lowest scoring team bet right there. But we will stick with the NFC East. We will stick with this division. The Chiefs visit Washington to take on the football team, and after a shaky first half, they come out and dominate the second half, winning this one 31-13.
I mean, talk about a shaky first half. It feels like 2 weeks in a row I've said, hey, look at the Chiefs defense. We have wide receivers running wide open down the field, and it happens again. They get football team, I think it was late in the second quarter, get another free runner down the field, and you're thinking like, well, here come the Chiefs, man. They might look like they're actually ass. Like they might actually be bad this year. But nah, Patty says calm the fuck down. Darrell
Yep.
Williams gets in the end zone twice. Patty Mahomes, I mean, he throws the ball 50 times. You expect him to get 400, but he does get his 400. Scored 21 unanswered in the second half, and they get the dub. Big dub for Chiefs Kingdom, dude, because, I mean, like Patty Mahomes said, it feels like the world's coming down when we lose a game, and they lost this one in the football team, bro.
Listen to the broadcast when this game was going on. These guys announcing this game are like, this is not the Chiefs we have seen. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes early, right before the end of the half. He's trying to roll out of a pocket, trying to get away from a sack, and he just throws a freaking
What was
duck,
that?
A duck, just high in the air, and just an easy pick, an easy turnover.
You know what's funny?
They're gonna lose this game.
I'm watching that, and I'm like, I wonder like what the sideline reaction is, because sometimes it's
What
like, all
are
right,
you doing?
you're a player, like we have confidence in you, but I'm thinking that's a situation where it's like, what are you doing, bro?
Literally.
And then he comes to sideline, the guy's like, no, you're good, and you've seen there was big plays he was making. There's one big play where it was like he flushed that down the toilet because he's rolling out to his left. There was a fake pump. Shovel pass to Kelsey. It was like 8 yards for first down. It's like, yeah, he's just that dude.
He has it in him. It's just I think
sometimes just like,
what did you just say about the world coming down?
When he threw that dumbass pass for the pick, when you throw the ball, obviously you don't want to hold on the nose. He had it on the nose and was like, yeah, fuck it, reach somewhere. Where you at?
Yeah.
Like,
let me just try to get something.
Holy shit.
I mean, that's not a ball that, I mean, you gotta hold the ball there. Just take the sack at that point. He had it by the legs.
You gotta do a lot of things.
He had it by the legs. It was over.
I'd almost rather you fumble it.
Just an easy win for the Chiefs, as they had to dominate in that second half to bounce back and walk away to stay at 500. 3-3, and who would have thought that the Chiefs would be 500?
Not us.
Not us. Not me.
Not me.
Who would have thought? Not me. All right, so we'll head to another overtime game. The Vikings win this one as they head over to Carolina. The Vikings win 34-28 in overtime. Kirk Cousins, another. We just talking about these quarterbacks back to back with high passing yards, a lot of touchdowns. Kirk Cousins does just that. Throws the ball 33 times, 373 yards, and count them 3 touchdowns. That's not a day that Kirk Cousins just has, right? He's got to go into the bag of tricks to get that. And he did that. He did just that, and they beat the Panthers. Panthers, a lot of people have been high on this team. They choked against the Eagles last week, and then here you go. Kirk Cousins is able to lead his team to an overtime win.
It's just good to see the Vikings on the winning side of things. I feel like we talk about how we feel so bad for the Giants, dude. I damn near almost feel just as bad for the Vikings. I mean, couple bounces. We're 5-1 football team. It's a way different morale in this locker room. But I mean, Kirk Cousins and Nathan Thielen have been doing their thing all year. Justin Jefferson's still playing good ball, but I feel like since Stephon Diggs left, Justin Jefferson came in, had the year he had. We haven't been talking about Thielen as much, and Thielen's still a baller, man. Like it's so obvious to see. But the Vikings almost found a way to blow this game again. What was it, 28 to 13, 14? I think it might have even been 11. I forget what exactly the score is, but it was some wacky score. Their percentage to win was like 99.7%. We almost find a way to lose this game. Like, it's just not fun being a Vikings fan. I feel like.
The only reason it was fun is because you got to see
Dalvin Cook come back.
Right?
Yes, sir,
and what did he do? 140 yards and a touchdown. So the puzzle pieces, the stars aligned for today to give the Vikings a win.
It's just like a weird season for the Vikings. Like the games, some of the games we lose, how we lose. We won a game last week. My quarterback and my head coach are beating the fuck out of each other. We almost blow a lead this week. Like, it's just like a roller coaster.
Definitely a roller coaster, and another roller coaster game up next. Another high scoring game and another rout, another blowout. Who would have thought that this game was going to be a blowout? The Baltimore Ravens at home at the bank beat down on Justin Herbert's Chargers 34-6.
I mean, hey, if you listen to the podcast that was released this morning at 10 a.m., you heard us talking about how is Lamar Jackson not the MVP over Justin Herbert right now, and then he comes out here today and I mean, RIP Justin Herbert's MVP. No, I'm joking, but
yeah, I'm joking.
The Ravens, we slept on that team. We talked. You said we slept on Lamar. We slept on that team.
Yeah, we did sleep on that team.
And I won't even say sleep. Obviously, the injuries and the COVID list, everything's going on. But I mean, that they're right there. AFC North is theirs. I mean, the Brownies are a little banged up. We don't know what Baker's situation is.
Yeah, we got to chill on that because we did have that
twice.
bet.
I know what I said and what I predicted, but this is how the facts are facts. And Lamar Jackson's the MVP. Mark Andrews is playing great football. I mean,
I said on the podcast.
My fault, Ravens defense. That defense is flying around, getting pressure on the quarterback. Justin Herbert did not look comfortable for one snap. Herbert didn't look comfortable for one snap. Through 5 weeks, he looked comfy in the pocket, moving around. Obviously, when he was pressured, he's been able to move around and make the throws, but he looked just uncomfortable. I don't know any play. Throws, he's off timing, off rhythm. He's missing throws by that little inch that you can't miss him by so the DB can make a play. Good on the Ravens today, bro. I mean, you're on the radar now, motherfucker.
I said on the podcast, and I have to say it again, 29 MVP season, 2019 Lamar Jackson wants the same amount of respect this year. What is he doing differently? What other than leading teams to major comeback wins?
Carrying a worse team.
Probably the only big difference is there's a lot more comeback wins and a lot more crucial big wins. And you look at this game right here.
What were they saying he couldn't do? Comeback wins in crucial big games.
Comeback. We talked about it Monday Night Football last week against the Colts, and you come and you kill the Chargers, which that was not on. That shouldn't have been on anybody's radar. Maybe somebody had it, but
mind you, I had the Chargers bet this Sunday, like going into 12:55 p.m. and I cashed out to the Ravens, but I didn't. I didn't do that because I think it was gonna be a 34-6 massacre. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, I'm gonna let the Chargers live. I'm gonna let the Chargers live.
I'm gonna let the Chargers live.
They're still a good football team.
All right, to the only undefeated team in the NFL, still, the Arizona Cardinals head to Cleveland to take on Baker Mayfield and the Brownies. And the Cardinals go in backed by DeAndre Hopkins, 2 touchdowns. The Cardinals win this one 37-14.
So as we taking a look into this all day, everyday show bowl of the Cardinals and the Browns, our two squads.
True.
I thought the Brownies had this one. Even with Nick Chubb out. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury's sitting at home with COVID. He's calling plays on FaceTime. So I'm thinking there might be a little mix-up, a little miscommunication here. Yep. Brownies are at home. We might be able to get this, but I mean, it's just tough.
Then you got Kareem Hunt that goes down with the calf injury.
It's just tough for him. And then you see Baker dislocates his shoulder.
Baker with the shoulder going down this way, awkwardly laying down.
I'm not like, it's just so Browns. Like, you know what? Like, just issues the week before.
It's so Browns.
OBJ's back in headlines. People were wondering if he's leaving after a couple of targets don't go his way, and he's fine. And Baker dislocated his shoulder twice, and it's the Browns. We lose last week to the Chargers in the shootout. We scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. After all these expectations, I had the expectations on you. I'm just confused. What's wrong with this defense? The defense is up 30 points again. Just a lot of question marks with the Browns right now that I don't have answered. But the Cardinals keep doing.
And again,
Kyler Murray 4 touchdowns.
I was just gonna say, right? We can't just graze over the fact that Kyler Murray just went off.
I do a lot of sucking. I do a lot of sucking with the Cardinals, so I try to just make sure I keep staying.
Yeah, well, and to kind of close this one out, I want to mention that the Cardinals next week head back home to Arizona, and they play the Houston Texans. So is this team going to be 7-0 and continue to be the only undefeated team?
We take the Houston Texans plus 17.5 because that's probably what that line will be.
Plus 17.5. Hey, it's something to work with, but I don't know what the line is right now. All right, to another game that I think would probably be an upset. Raiders were dogs in this game. Dogs. The Broncos host the Raiders, and Henry Ruggs on the deep 48-yard bomb to open scoring in this game. The Raiders win this one 34-24.
Okay, so first point. Look what we said about the Broncos about 3 weeks ago. They're 3-0. Said, look, they
played on shitty teams.
They got a 5-week, 6-week stretch coming. 3-3. Wait that out of here. Yep. You know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
You see, now, there's a question about the Rays. Was that team as much behind John Gruden as we think? I mean, for that, obviously the news broke before they played the game last Sunday. Okay, so that could have affected it. And they weren't playing bad with Gruden. But they came out today and it looks like the monkey was off their back. They had a 50-pound weight off their back, and let's just play football. Henry Ruggs, first play, new coach, I'm not going to say new system, but maybe new play calling, new way of doing things. Let me break loose for 3-yard tutty early. I mean, Derek Carr looks good. I mean, he's been doing this all year. Defense looked inspired till late, till the Broncos wanted to play football. I mean, this might be a good change of pace for the Raiders. Is this something that they needed? Are the Raiders about to go on a run? Are they not going to choke in November anymore?
Not going to choke. That's what we always have been mentioning so far with this, right?
Are the Raiders back? I mean, when the headlines broke, it's like we were said on the show. I mean, so I feel bad for the Raiders. I mean, this probably might be it for them. They were just getting momentum.
Well, a lot of those questions this week too for a lot of those players. Derek Carr mentioned a lot of it too. He's like, is this? And Darren Waller said it too. He's like, when they were asked how this week is going to be, he's like, well, I mean, we still have to play. Yep. It's going to be really tough. I don't know how to. We have a lot on our plate, right? We're going through this, and we still have to go out and play. So that was something to take note of. And I know as a bettor, when you hear that kind of thing, it's like, all right, so maybe we'll take Broncos money line.
Load up.
Right. We'll take Broncos money line. Maybe we'll sprinkle on the points if we want to do that. And the Raiders just say, I'm going to fade every Broncos spread bet there is. I'm going to fade every money line bet there is. And they do just that, and they win this one.
This game was essentially over in 30 minutes of game time. I mean, through the first half, it was like, all right, the Broncos look dead in the water. The Raiders are the Raiders. I mean, this is crazy. Good for the Raiders, because honestly, I felt so bad. I was sick for their fans. Sick for the organization. Good for them. That's a good bounce back for them.
And finally, we have 2 games to go. Relax. We got to get to Manny's team. But the best game of the weekend of Week 6 by far. You can't make it up. The Cowboys head over to New England and win in overtime grand fashion. CeeDee Lamb, 2 touchdowns, and the overtime winner over former Eagle saying, hey, buddy, I beat you. Cowboys 35, Patriots 29.
What a fucking ball game. I mean, there's so many points we could dig to. Can we go to Mac Jones? Can we go to Dak? Can we go to CeeDee Lamb? Can we go to Damian Harris?
Can we go to Diggs, brother?
Can we go to Diggs? Shit. Can we go to Diggs? Like, holy fuck. What a game, bro. What a game. I'll say this. Dak Prescott, like we were saying, bro, welcome to the elite of the elite, sir. I mean, you're top 3, top 5 in the league right now. It's no question. What you were doing last year before your injury, what you're doing now. I mean, welcome to the elite of the elite, buddy. Mac Jones, one of the most impressive plays. Trayvon Diggs, I want to get to you too. Gets the pick 6. I mean, he's in another position again where he's not necessarily beat. He's in the play. The quarterback makes a mistake. I can get a pick. Does it again. Takes it to the crib. Defensive player of the year.
That's
by this
7,
point,
bro. That's
defensive
7.
Defensive player of the year by this point, by far, no question.
7 picks.
Season ends today. But Mac Jones to have the balls to be like, Josh McDaniels was telling him, we're going right back at him with a double move. Going right back at him.
And what'd they do? They burned him. Kendrick Bourne.
You just thought you cost of the game? No, we're right back at him. Those a dot. 40-yard dot in between 2 defenders. Kid right back up, takes the lead. I was impressed by so many different players on this field today. I don't know necessarily who to start, where to go to. Another person I felt bad for, though, was Jacoby Myers. They were going over on the broadcast. I think he had like 1,500, 1,400 yards, no touchdowns. Got one today that got called back, which was crucial in the game because the very next play, Mac Jones gets annihilated.
Welcome to the league, brother. That's what that hit was. That was. I mean,
welcome to a lot of things.
He got hit here. His body went all the way backwards, but his head was like forward and his legs were forward. I'm like, you just got killed,
He
brother.
gets up and gives you the...
He goes, all right, this is how it gets. This is how it feels.
How about Greggy Zuerlein?
Hey.
Gets the miss. I don't think the miss was his fault because it was going to get blocked. So I think it was out of a heads-up play from a vet. Like, let me not get this thing blocked so they can return it. But nonetheless, it was a miss. Comes back again. Drills it. I mean...
And I got to mention...
Big time football from the Cowboys. I hate to say as an Eagles fan, but I mean, obviously they're going to run away with the NFC East.
I mean...
Are they going to run away with the NFC? I mean, there's a couple teams that have something to say about that, but they look
You hear Tony Romo on the broadcast after this game. He's like, you know, we're sitting here talking about the Cowboys being possible Super Bowl contenders. When was the last time you said that? It's crazy. And then
you think back to Dak and them rookie year, but I'm not contenders.
No,
they're
and
good.
then you look on the Dak side of things. We know that they're a heavy passing team, right? Dak is going to unleash the ball.
Right.
We know he's going to throw the ball, but 51 times he throws the ball, 445 yards. You know that you're probably going to be getting between, I'll play on the safer side, between 325 yards and 400 is right around your range. And he just does it consistently, week in and week out.
Guarantee it. I mean, hitting CD for a 30-yard play, 40-yard, guarantee it. Cooper making clutch catches, and you hear the crowd, Coop, guarantee it. Sucks to say, but I mean, the Cowboys are here and they're here to stay, bro.
They are definitely here to stay. Okay, to our final game, the Thursday night game at the Link. Manny can finally dive into this Eagles team. Then with the backdoor cover, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers head to the Link and win this one 28-22. Upset. Pain. Yo, you covered. You got your bet.
We got the backdoor cover. Shout out Nick Sirianni for calling the 2-point conversion for all the bettors at home. We love that. What we don't love here is just the state of my Eagles right now. A lot of fans wish we had Carson Wentz back. A lot of people were questioning Jalen Hurts. Defense, I mean, good second half adjustments, but not another great game for you. Another game where we see Miles Sanders get the ball less than 12, 13 times, which is unacceptable.
How about unacceptable?
Great to see. I'll say this. Let me get a high note going. Great to see Zach Ertz scoring his last game in the green. Great to see that. Zach Ertz will miss you, buddy. I mean, shout out the game winning Super Bowl catch, all that. Let me get to Jalen Hurts. because this is not criticism at all. Jalen Hurts has played good football through his first 9 or 10 starts. I forget what the exact number is from now, but I think it's 9 or 10. He hasn't played bad football. You could maybe show me a game that he's lost for us, but I don't think you can. It's hard to play quarterback in this league if you don't have a running game. Look at Sam Darnold. Through Sam Darnold's first 3 starts, the whole script of him flipped. You take out McCaffrey from him, and Trooper Hubbard's not a bad player, but it's not the same running game. And he looks like a completely different quarterback. There was a point today Sam Darnold was 9 for 21 with like 90 yards. You look at Jalen Hurts' line, 12 for 26, 115. You think it's Jalen Hurts' fault the whole time. He's not getting any run support. We got to help the guy out. And you can't keep saying RPO this, RPO that. He has a decision here. Call some dedicated runs. Switch it up. Teams don't even respect the run game. Why would we put 8 in the box? We can literally play with 7 in the box. They'll give it to Miles Sanders once in the blue moon. We'll stop him for 4 yards. They won't go back to him. Only we're going to get attacked. We have to worry about is Jalen Hurts. It's just not winning football. Look at this team in 2017. What did we do? We ran the ball. I just don't understand. And then we want to criticize Jalen Hurts. It's supposed to be all on him. We saw Carson Wentz carry us to the playoffs for 2 years in a row, and you guys all want to run him out of town. But when we had to put that same onus on Jalen Hurts, and he has to do the job, and he can't do it in his 10th fucking start, we want to run him out of town now too? I mean, come on. Let's have a reality check. We know what we need to do. This is a building block. I'm frustrated. Thank you for the cover.
Yeah. Dude, I wanted to let you go because they got the cover, but Jalen Hurts looked awful in this game. The offense was just non-existent again.
Yeah.
You have to have defense somehow able to force Tom Brady in a 3-and-out situation. Somehow able to get this dude off the field. The defense did it again. What did they do against Carolina the week before? Punt block. And then you force Jalen Hurts. All right, offense. We got to go make a play. Defense is doing everything. So it's just, I understand. It's tough to. You're an Eagles fan. It's tough to watch.
He made the plays last week. Also, it's the Bucs. I mean, god damn it, it's the Bucs.
Right? No, Bucs should have won by 40.
We wait for this week to be like, I mean, I don't know, Jalen's the guy. It's the fucking Bucs. Holy fuck.
We digress.
We move on.
All right, we move. Okay, final game for tomorrow night. Again, for the new people watching this, we do not cover the Monday night game. We want to get this out to you at a reasonable time for you guys to see this on our YouTube and all that kind of stuff like that. So the Monday night game being in Tennessee, the Bills visiting the Titans. The line right now is 6. Again, we don't like to say much about this because this is not really going to matter too much. But for the live guys watching this, I'm looking at Bills -6 heavily. I don't see how the Titans can cover 6. Really? There's no backdoor cover for this Bills team. We just were all over the Bills last week. All we did was say the Bills are the best team in the AFC. There's no way the Bills can't win by a touchdown in this game. Are we serious? That's all I'm saying.
Now, I'm going to teach you guys a lesson about how you handle your money. Okay. This is a situation where it's Titans +6, Bills money line for a parlay piece, or it's no bet.
Oh, it's no bet.
Dude, there's no way you lay the Bills -6 coming off the win that they had last week in Nashville. And Nashville's kind of in desperation mode. I mean, we're up and down. We think we're a good football team. Some weeks we don't think we are. Some weeks we're hurt. Some weeks we're not. We kind of need to be in a game this week. Yes, 6 points is a lot of points for the situation. I would love you know what I would do if I saw 7.5. If I even saw 7 this game. 6, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
I'm not. We're riding the Bills. All right.
Riding the Bills?
We're riding the Bills. Why don't we just
good old Joshua Allen for 300, 2 tuds, parlay a little Stephon Diggs in there,
and Buffalo -6.
Buffalo money. Can we just get the Buffalo money line in there? Can we not do the -6?
All right, we'll do the Buffalo.
I could just see.
Yeah, because we have some brainstorming.
Like, is this not 28-24? Do you just not see do you how do you look? Like sometimes when I look at these games, like I just look at the scores and I scroll through and I just see scores and this just screams 28-24. Screams it off the page.
It's as simple as this. It's all it is. Okay, there's no way that the Bills can't win by more than a touchdown.
Okay.
It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown and an extra point.
Away from home. It's in Nashville. Desperation situation.
Bills 5-1. We're going to continue the dominance of the AFC.
Okay.
And Ravens are pushing that. But all right, that's week 6, fellas. Thanks for tuning in. All right, follow us on the Twitter page. Dimers retweeted a bunch of this stuff, so you'll see our page if you guys are watching this live. ADED Podcast on Twitter. And if you guys are not following the Instagram, head over to the Instagram at ADED Pod. YouTube. Tell them what it is, brother.
Hey, all day, every day show. You know what we're rocking with over there. Podcast posted every Saturday. Coming out with tea parties.
Subscribe. Hey, give me the percentage, bro.
Let me get into my spiel. Because 80% of you that watch this video are not subscribed. If that is one of you, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, leave us a comment, let us know how we're doing, let us know if my takes suck. I mean, we went and had a little back and forth where someone didn't agree with me a couple weeks ago. I have no problem talking to you guys. I like the interaction. Show us some love. Follow us on the gram. Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on TikTok. We got some new content, some different types of content there. It's simply the All Day Everyday Show. We want to be getting to 1,000 followers so we can go live on TikTok as well. And if you want to see us live, head over to the Twitch. All Day Everyday Show on Twitch, playing some games, and most importantly, we're making some bets on there. We've been cashing, so we hope to see you guys on the Twitch. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a fun week 6. We are now a month and a half into football. Wow, time's flying.
Basketball's coming, hockey started. We're in October. What is going on?
What's going on? You've been listening to the All Day Everyday Show.
We're still rocking
with All Day AJ and the homie Manny Ruffin. My name is Alex Jacobs, but you can call me All Day AJ.
We love y'all, baby.
See you, baby. Peace out, boys.
I have no paper. I have no paper.
I don't got no paper. I got no paper.
I got no paper, man.